Hey there you, and welcome to the Death Corps of Krieg, who've been boxed into this cliffside area by just over 5 million zombies. Now, if I'm honest, ladies and gentlemen, I am not expecting the Imperial Guard to be able to survive this assault. So what we're actually doing here today is seeing if we can make an offering to KHORNE, as I'm hoping by the end of this fight that most of the Imperials will have drowned in the goo of their enemies. So, can we turn this area into a gigantic soup bowl offering for KHORNE? Will the Imperials be able to actually defeat the zombie masses? No, they can't. They can't defeat the zombie masses. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way to find out. Here we go then, you lovely internet sausages, and this is going to be an extremely brutal fight here in the jungles of whatever planet we're on. I don't even know what planet we're on here, but the Kriegers, look at this, just instantly swarmed by hundreds and thousands of zombies in this close combat area here because of the jungle density. Now, the Imperials do have a lot of firepower here. We've got Kriegsmen rushing to the front line with shovels in hand, trying to hold back the menacing waves that are trying to crush and suppress them here. They're backed up by a regular Death Corps of Kriegsmen here with auto guns, and in the very center over here we've also got artillery guns as well as some Acadian shock troops with left rifles. Now, the zombies cannot really path down this way. That is until enough corpses pile up and just completely homogenize the entire cliff face. And as you can see, that could happen pretty darn quick here. We're already at 140,000 losses now for the zombie horde. And as they try to push around and find a way around these cliff faces at the rear, the corpses are just piling up everywhere. Let's go along and have a look along the rest of the cliff face. So yeah, this is the rear of the Imperial Guard defense at the moment. The area where the zombies aren't able to really path into. Heading down here onto the right-hand flank, we can see that we've got a decent gathering now of Kriegsmen, at least in some areas over here. But that zombie horde just behind it is just truly gigantic. Kriegers laying down a decent amount of firepower, but it's not enough to keep the zombies at bay here. Going over now onto our very front flank. This is the main assault where most of the zombies will be coming from, and look at that. Is that just not a terrifying sight? An entire sea of grey breaking up the nice lush greens of the jungle here. Now you can already see that this insane defilade is starting to form on the front lines where the corpses are just building up, and already I can see goo starting to build up at the base of the Kriegsmen. Oh man, this front line is so brutal. Look at all this. Now, one thing I will say, I haven't really seen any artillery shells coming in just yet here. Look at this already. I mean, little Timmy can already get out his rubber dinghy. That's going to be flowing now. Oh, look at this. A literal river of goo is flooding down the bottom now. That is actually a river. It is flowing, ladies and gentlemen. And it just keeps going and going. Oh, God. It's all the way down here. Look, it's still flowing. Oh, my days. Is it all congealing down here? Let's have a go at that one. Okay, yeah, that's really deep. Does it go any further than that? Okay, no, so I think that's the end there at the moment. Look how far away we are from the front lines. Oh my God, that's a lot of goo. Let's go over here, though, to the far left-hand flank. Let's have a look how we're getting on this side. Okay, yeah, it looks like the zombies are able to push over that cliff face pretty effectively here. You can see they're just smashing into the Kriegers. Kriegers, though, doing a really good job yet again of holding back just these insane waves that are encroaching on them. And the thing is, with this terrain, it's not open like a normal battlefield, so the zombies are able to get really close here, up close and personal. God, look at them in the background. Look at this. Oh, that is horrific. It's a corpse waterfall, ladies and gentlemen. That is exactly what we've done here. Now, it looks like there's a little bit of a thinning over here, so I think we've dealt with the main push, at least for now. Oh, my God. Okay, I at least saw some artillery going off here, then. It's weird seeing the zombies stuck in the air as well. I think they get stuck on some of, like, the trees and things like that. Jesus. Oh man, I can't even focus on what is happening here. The front line is just this wash of gore and death. Absolute insanity no matter where you're looking here. But okay, I said that. That was ironic. I said absolute insanity no matter where you look. And as I turn around, it just looks really peaceful and quiet. Just absolutely typical there. Oh yes, look, the Goo Lake, ladies and gentlemen. It is starting to form. The offering to KHORNE has been born. I don't know any other rhymes. Woe betide those who scorn? I don't know. So what we at now? 700,000 kills. Pretty effective here to 27,000 losses. And that front line has quite literally just been converted into a dam at this point. We have literally walled off the Imperials so the Goo can no longer escape the battlefield. Which means that all these troops now here, they are all set to guard mode, by the way, so they can actually path out of it should they choose. But yeah, it looks like half of them. Whoa, God, that artillery strike there was magnificent. Let's just put this in slow-mo just for a second so I can see what the hell is going on here. Glorious. Glorious artillery strike there. Look at this front line. Even in slow motion, things are moving so fast still. It's absolutely insane, man. I absolutely love this. Like I said, I know we've been really zombie heavy on the channel recently, but zombies are truly one of my all-time favorite enemies to just fling units against. Here's a last stand scenario. Get some zombies. I'm happy. Really been thinking about turning this into a bit of a zombies channel, to be honest, because I really do enjoy it, just taking on gigantic hordes of zombies. Maybe find some other zombie games that we can play. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How many of you are actually fans of zombie hordes? Because there's plenty of zombie games out there that we can play. Maybe a bit more Dying Light. Is it Dying Light? That Dying Light 2? Is it? The parkour one that's set in the zombie city. I always get it confused between that and the one that's a slasher one where you have to go around fixing generators and stuff. But is that Dead by Daylight? I don't know. Like I said, I get confused between them because the names are so similar. But yeah, I really enjoy zombie hordes. Like I said, I've been really enjoying that Day of the Dead mod for Gates of Hell. That is a lot of fun. Just making missions, putting in zombie hordes and trying to make my way through it to reach an objective. There's just something satisfying about it. I did try to set up on the Day of the Dead one where I had to use ammo and stuff like that, but you just run out of ammo so damn quick, it's absolutely impossible. But at the moment, coming back to this game, we're almost reaching 1 million kills here, 60,000 defenders left, and I think now some of them are starting to drown because little Timmy can get out his rubber dinghy here, ladies and gentlemen. Fun for the entire family. Yeah, the zombie horde now trying to path its way through this lake. So it looks like what's going to end up happening then, as we're going to get a split defense here either side between the Imperials, culminating in a last stand over here. That is if the zombies don't break through the rear wall. I mean, we're looking like we're holding out pretty nicely here at the moment. We've got plenty of Kriegers with shovels still in action, which means that the front line can hold. Jesus, man. It means the front line can hold at least a little bit longer there. The cliffs on the far left-hand side also now getting filled in with corpses slowly but surely here, allowing the zombies to path more and more units into areas that they previously couldn't. Yeah, look how far back now the Imperials have been pushed. The Imperial defensive line was out the front here before, but this was the main defense. Everything changed when the drowning came. That's what we're going to call this, the drowning site. It'd be good actually if you guys could come up with some names for some of these scenarios sometimes. You know, sort of like, what's it? We had the law ones, like the drop site massacre and stuff like that. What can we call this one? I'd love to hear your suggestions below to name this one. Who knows, I might even rename the video to the suggestions, if there's some good ones down there. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it'd be one to record in the Imperial Annuals. Ah, yes, the Great Drowning of 43. Where the Imperials defended so hard that they drowned in the goo of their enemies. I mean, we're already at 1.2 mil. That's insanely fast progression here. These guys, I mean, look at how much of this cliff face now has just disappeared under corpses. And this is just allowing the zombies now more and more access to throw more units at it. And the more units they throw at it, the more access it creates. It's just like a perpetual problem. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, just look at this rear line now. It's almost completely covered in corpses, no matter where you look. How's the serene, peaceful area doing? Okay, it's got a few more Marines in it now. It's not looking as serene and peaceful. But the lines are holding amazingly here. 54,000 losses for the Imperials, though. A good chunk of them are going to be the shovel dudes. Now, you can see that we do have shotgunners down here as well. They are World War II shotgunners, but they sort of fit in as well. The shotgunners are really good at extracting goo from enemies. That's part of the reason why I put them on the field. Because they fire like 10 pallets at once, but each pallet only does like 6 damage, so they do 60 odd damage a shot, but the bullets are spread out wide, so it causes a lot of goo to come out of the enemies and leak everywhere. You can see that we've actually got quite a strong gathering of them up here. Just blasting down into the zombie hordes. Man, the Imperials are actually doing a lot better than I would have expected, to be honest. Totally outnumbered, penned in, goo flowing everywhere. I mean, look at some of these lakes that were created. Oh my god. Look at this. Oh, that is actually little Timmy levels as well throughout. Oh my days. Oh, that is horrific. That is absolutely horrific. I mean, we have definitely dedicated this jungle to Khorne, have we not, ladies and gentlemen? I think we achieved our... Lovely artillery shot there. I think we achieved our objective somewhat. And look at this, it's still flowing down. Oh, it's all the way down here. Look how far away we are from the battlefield. Yep, I definitely think Khorne's going to be happy with this one. How deep is it down here as well? It's... Jesus Christ! Okay, I was expecting a little paddling pool. No. We've recreated the rice fields of Vietnam for Khorne. It keeps going. Oh my god, it keeps going. Where does it end? Okay, it literally ends right here. So we haven't made it to the lake yet, but we're damn well getting close. That's really, really insane. Look how far away from the battlefield we are, and look how big some of them lakes are. Mind you, I guess it's because with the zombies attacking from all sides here, they're sort of getting, all the blood's going to get funneled down into this one area. And I suppose that's why. Seems like there's a lot of shotgun fire coming off this area. Oh my god, yeah, look at how many shotgunners are here. So you can see all these tiny, I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but there's a lot of tiny little pellets that are just flying off up into the air. And they're going to be hitting things on these back lines over here. As you can see, there's a bunch of nomas over here just getting pelted by really weak shotgun rounds because they lose some of the force by the time they're over here. Not so much the last rounds. The last rounds are just hitting the atmosphere and burning out. But yeah, look at this. The defense is going really well, especially now that these zombies have been sort of coerced into this bottleneck down the bottom here. The Imperials, again, building up walls out of zombie corpses. And look at how many corpses have just built up in this one area now. Pretty soon, this is going to become pathable. I mean, I say pretty soon. It has become pathable. Oh my god. And you can see how quickly it all just changes, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fluid and moving battlefield at the moment. Some of the artillery guns have actually drowned now as well. Let's go have a look. How deep is this thing? Okay, you know what? It's relatively benign here. It's not as deep as I thought it would be, but I guess that's because, I mean, a lot of corpses have also filled it in. Let's go have a look down this end. This is where it should be the deepest. And again, it's not actually that deep. I guess it's because we are filling it in with corpses. God, no, the Imperials are really penned in. Look, they've lost the top of the hill now. The hordes are free. They're smashing now into the side here. God, it's hard to see what's going on in this jungle. Oh, this has been a really good fight, though. I've really enjoyed this. All you need is a gigantic zombie horde and a dead end. And fun can be had for days. Look at this. This is blood that is actively flowing down the battlefield and filling in this. This is insane. So many zombies now pouring down from the cliff sides here. Our troops are holding out nicely. We're getting these little body funnels starting to appear. Just channeling corpses down the side of the mountain. Both inspirational and demoralizing, I would say. It's like, oh my god, look at how many enemies we're killing. Oh my god, look at how many enemies we've had to kill. Look at that. That is just mental. Fighting on the side of a hill this steep. That's like almost a 45-degree angle. That is treacherous. And you can see the zombies are having a little bit of a struggle trying to push into it. But I do feel like the pincer maneuver is closing in slowly but surely here now. That artillery, point-blank shots at this point. Just scattering numbers left, right, and centre. But also, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, let me know if there's any zombie games that you like that you'd like me to play or check out. Because I really am just, I really do like zombies. Ever since I was a child, I've just had this strange obsession with zombie hordes. I think it was Left 4 Dead that really did it for me. Playing that when I was younger. And I was like, yep, zombie hordes are cool. Give me a gun. In a corridor and let me stand there blasting zombies for about 2 hours. You know, I'd do that sometimes on the level. So I'd get towards the end of the level and then I'd sort of just stand there blasting zombies until we had no ammo left and we were all down to pistols. And even then I'd stand there blasting the zombies with pistols for ages. Such a good game that was back in the day. Simple elegance. That's what it is. I mean, look at this. This is a glorious last stand here by the Imperials. There is no terrain left for them to stand on. Every single one of them is standing on the corpse of an enemy at this point. And look, just no matter where you look, they are completely surrounded. The only part where they're not surrounded is in the centre here. And it's not exactly like they can use it to escape. I mean, maybe if they had some rubber dinghies. Perhaps they should ask Timmy if they can borrow his. Let's go out for a little bit of a zoom out here. Let's have a look. Okay, so you can see where we started off all the way down here. And that's where we are now. We've killed over 2 million of them now. That's pretty good, actually, for a defense that was, what? I think there was like 90,000 of them in total, maybe? Maybe 100,000? Granted, a lot of them were elite troops, but still, pretty good kill ratio here. It's a shame they're all going to be turned into zombies now. God, look at that breakthrough there. Piercing through the centre of the Imperial lines. Right and all through all that last gunfire. Carving open the Cadians. And I think we're going to see some last pockets of resistance here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, that's terrifying. It's literally, they've literally just hit a point where there's not enough firepower to hold them back at all now. So the zombies have just got free range. And they are swarming them. Oh my days, they are swarming them. And this is how it ends, ladies and gents. Look at this. Oh my god. It crumbled so fast at the end. Look at that kill counter for the zombies. And how many remaining for the Imperials going down. That's a sad sight. That's a sad sight. But you know what isn't? Our devotion to KHORNE. Look at this. That's absolutely brilliant. We created some insane blood lakes here. Did we end up reaching to the... No, we didn't get down to the lake, but we certainly increased the size of this one down here. Was that... Is it little Timmy levels? No way. This far away from the battlefield. We've created little Timmy lakes. What, that's got to be, what, 3 or 4 miles away from the battlefield? The goo is flowing. Yeah, I think KHORNE would be happy with this. But ladies and gentlemen, as the last of our Kriegers has sat down here, surrounded by the zombies, of course, he presses the special little button that is contained within his pocket, attached to a mini nuclear device. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace.